Business Foundation, getting you in the game.
So in this training, we're going to cover
Business Mindset 101.
Business Opportunity Mindset, creating and improving on an idea, model a proven winner,
Piggyback, cashing in on trends.
My greatest challenge has been to change the mindset of people. Mindsets play strange tricks on us. We see things the way our minds have been instructed our eyes to see.
Okay, let's talk about mindset. Let's put a little triangle around that, and we'll talk about different parts of mindset.
The personal side, business side,
The success side.
Now, the success mindset isn't something you necessarily have or don't have, and it is something that can be developed.
Well, let's flip that little triangle over.
Because your mindset also influences your business and your life. So it'll influence the tools that you use in your business. It will influence the systems you set up in your business and your life.
And it will also influence the knowledge you gain and what you share with others. And if we put it all together, it looks like that. So let's look at some key points. Start where you are now.
Can't really start anywhere else, but where you are now.
Don't compare yourself to others. You always lose.
There will always be someone who has more success than you from your perspective, right? Remember, you probably don't know all the work they did to get there or the challenges they have or maybe having right now, even though they might make it look really easy. It's like when you go on social media and look at how many amazing things people are doing in their lives compared to what you think you are doing in yours, right?
Yeah. And yeah, what is right for others isn't always right for you.
You need to find your own path. A business may be making a lot of money, but
you never know.
You don't. A business that's making nothing more than money is a poor business.
Well, let's talk about Business Mindset 101.
Entrepreneurship is living a few years of your life like most people won't, so that you can spend the rest of your life like most people can't.
Okay, let's dive into a few of this. I can combine what I love to do with the money I love to make.
I am 100% responsible for my learning, and I'm also 100% responsible for my earnings. Now, the next few slides will give you some key points towards creating a successful personal and business mindset. Some of them are directed at how you think, and some of them are how you look at business.
I think the first one, what I hear, I may forget. What I see, I may remember. But what I do, I understand. Yeah. And it's just basically, we're going to be talking right now, but what you see, you may remember, but what you do, you're going to truly understand.
Yeah. That's how our minds work, right?
That's how it works. Well, let's go game versus clarity. The way I play my games is the way I play my life. Isn't that true, Lorna?
Oh, yeah. If you play a game and you kind of go like dabble and you kind of half-hearted play it, well, that's how you're going to play your life.
Right.
Right.
So if you play your life like a game and you want to win all the time, it's a big advantage to you.
Exactly.
Clarity leads to power. Power is the ability to do when you know you want and clarify it, it will happen.
That's right. So you got to actually understand what it is you want. Right. Sometimes you start by what it is you don't want, and then that can lead you to discovering what you do want.
Right. It's getting clear on what you want. Mm-hmm. And how you do that? Focus.
Laser focus helps you get your stuff done faster. Guaranteed.
Right. And focus also stands for follow one course until successful. A lot of people will focus on multiple things. So guess what?
They get nowhere.
Right. Focus.
Yeah.
Do one thing till you're successful, then move on.
Sometimes people, too, will focus on one thing, and then all of a sudden they'll see something else and their focus will shift, right? But they don't spend enough time focusing on the one thing to get to success, right?
Right.
Give a man a fish to feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish to feed him for a lifetime. Now, this applies to you in your business too. Creating a one-of item for a customer, like a website or a sales funnel, means you're selling one-on-one. You're basically selling your time for money. You might as well just have a job, right? Mm-hmm. So, however, if you create a course on how they can do those things for themselves, you're selling one to many. It turns out as a win-win for you and your customer. You're leveraging your time and they are less dependent on others to get things done. And if they get the results they wanted, there's a good chance they'll come back to you for more and refer you to other people too.
Right.
More customers, right?
So that's where you teach a man to finish and he can feed himself for a lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's talk about the business success formula. And this is about business. Mm-hmm. The right knowledge plus the right mindset
plus the right
systems
equals the right vehicle.
And the right vehicle
is the right business for me. Yeah.
So it's kind of like, you need knowledge, you need a mindset, and you need a system will give you your vehicle. And that vehicle is the right business for me or for you, I guess.
That's right.
Success. My success vehicle is a race car or
a jalopy. Which one would you pick? Pick the race car. And that's why we're going to show you how to see what business would be good to start and which ones might not be good to start. You want to choose a business that you love and one that the market wants. The race car is the business for you. Mm-hmm. The one that gets you to success faster.
Choosing the right business at the right time.
Now, this might sound simple, but there are many things you need to clarify before you can make this happen.
We'll dive into some things to consider later on in this lesson. Well, knowledge. You have general knowledge versus
business-specific knowledge. You'll need business-specific knowledge to make your business a success. One of the worst things you can do is say that you already know that.
I already know that. Those are the worst 4 words.
No kidding.
In the English language, right?
Because what happens? You never try and learn anything new, right?
Your brain shuts down because you already know that.
Yeah.
And there's always little things that you can learn.
Sometimes big things.
Sometimes big things.
An entrepreneur is a coordinator. They are the conductor of the orchestra. An entrepreneur isn't meant to do everything in the business.
That said, sometimes it starts out that way. But later, you need to outsource or delegate some of this non-critical tasks.
You can't be doing everything all the time.
Right. You're just a coordinator. You're basically juggling all the balls and coordinating the conductor where the balls get played or being used. And eventually, you have to give the balls to someone else to do.
That's right. Good analogy.
Because my juggling sometimes sucks. Here's a good thing. Your business is an expression of yourself.
Yeah. Like, for instance, our business, right? It has parts of me in it. I create a lot of the content and the stuff, and it has a lot of you in it. You're the kind of the techie part of it, right? And we also have different perspectives. There's my perspective, your perspective, and sometimes a coordination of the two our perspectives, right?
And it's really an expression of ourselves, right? I guess we like to be involved in all parts of the business and not stuck in one little area. We want to make a huge impact in other lives.
That's right.
So it's just showing you, there's 2 of us here, so that we have 2 perspectives. So this business is an expression of, in our case, of ourselves.
Right. And yet we still have one common goal between the 2 of us, right?
We do, yes. I'm cooler than you.
That's not your goal, dude.
Okay.
All right. Business opportunity mindset. Creating and improving on an idea.
Well, let's first talk about the law of income. Let me put all those little boxes out there and I'll let Lorna read it.
I will be paid in direct proportion to the value I deliver according to the marketplace.
Is that a little still there for you?
A tiny bit, but that's okay. But it kind of enforces the law of income, right?
Right.
Because what does it mean is that you don't determine the value you provide.
The
marketplace.
The marketplace, yeah. And this is a good thing to take a screen print of and keep for yourself. Common kinds like this. A good idea is only a good idea if people buy it. Mm-hmm. If they don't buy it, it's not a good idea.
Nope. There's a lot of people that thought they had a great idea only to find out that nobody wanted it. Yeah.
So here's the $1 million question. $sign with more dollar signs. What can I provide that people want and are willing to pay for?
I mean, if you can provide a product or service that meets both of those criteria, you definitely could have $1 million idea.
$sign,
That's right.
People gotta want it.
Yeah.
That's the key, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's our secret cool strategy. Look for problems.
Pain or pleasure. Pain, alleviate, and it's more powerful than gaining pleasure. Pleasure, provide fast relief.
Mm-hmm.
Yet people will do more to avoid pain than they will to gain pleasure. Something running from a fire or running towards a bus that you miss. Mm-hmm. Which one, right?
Or, you could be like, there's a line running after you versus a case full of money in front of you. Which would motivate you? The average act is to quickly get away from that damn line, because it's going to chew your ass off, right?
Exactly.
So again, that's where pain is more powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Premise of business: solve problems for people at a profit.
There's a fortune in problems. We like to have, there's a certain word that we like to use. So if it's a problem, it's a problem / opportunity, right? Mm-hmm. After all, the basis of your business is to solve a problem for your customers while generating a profit for your business. So you can make a difference for more people.
Well, super source of prop-ups. Start with your own current problems.
Exactly. If you can solve your own problems, you can help others solve them too.
Right. Your current job or business. Mm-hmm. I am sure there are a lot of problems in your current job or business. How about your own hobbies or recreation?
Mm-hmm. Your business interests.
Personal interests.
The DIY bestsellers on display at stores.
Yeah, I love going through shopping review. Not really, but I love going shopping. And you're sitting at the checkout, or you're at the checkout waiting for the next person. And you see all these bestsellers, this problem here, that problem there. It's just amazing, right?
But it's also a great source of information, right?
Information.
That's what people are looking for.
Yeah.
They wouldn't put it on their front page if it wasn't something people were looking for.
Right.
And newspapers or magazines. After all, the basis of your business is to solve a problem for your customers while generating profit for your business. Again, here's where you can find some problems, right?
Here's another secret cool strategy. Look for change. With every change, there is opportunity.
Like more room in the fishbowl.
Jumping fish. And we like to say that one's another one, a change up.
Mm-hmm. Improvement. But an improvement is not an improvement unless it benefits someone.
Take any product or service and improve on it for the benefit of the customer. And there's a lot of things that do that, the improvement on.
Oh, God, yeah. No kidding.
Here's another one. Nothing is perfect. I'm perfect.
In your own little imagination.
No, I'm not. If nothing is perfect, then everything can be improved. Well, let's look at some examples. Taxi, Uber.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't Uber a lot better than some taxi services nowadays, right?
Yeah.
What about Uber Eats?
There you go. And even an improvement on an improvement.
Yeah. Rooms.
Airbnb.
Yeah. Fitness classes. Well, how about online fitness classes?
Yeah. Don't have to go anywhere.
Don't have to go anywhere.
You can do it in your own time. Yeah.
Well, here's the word. Kaizen.
A Japanese business philosophy of continuous improvement of working practices, personal efficiency, etc.
And it's called constant and never-ending improvement.
Here's a little infographic on it.
And you can find there's basically 5 principles, There's always room for improvement.
Workers are confident about offering suggestions.
Everyone's opinion is valued and considered.
There's strong personal discipline.
Teamwork in every quality circles.
And that's the 5 principles of Kaizen.
Well, let's talk the laws of improvement.
Most fortunes come from selling established products or services in established markets to established customers and doing it just a bit better.
Fascinating, eh?
Yeah, it is. It's not like coming up with something wildly brand new and having to try and find a market. No, you find one that's already established and find something that you can do a bit better.
A bit better.
If you can provide a product or service that meets both of these criteria, you definitely could have $1 million idea.
Well, let's talk about business opportunity mindset. Model a proven winner. Success versus unsuccessful mindset. Well, let's start with unsuccessful. Let's start with the negative.
So unsuccessful mindset, it might be possible, but it's way too difficult.
Way too hard. I can't do this.
Yeah, sees the pain, right?
Ouch.
Yeah. Sees only the problems. Oh, I can't do it because of this, because of that. And it just lets it happen. Or obviously, when it comes to success, doesn't happen. All right, now the successful mindset.
It may be difficult, but it is possible.
They see the gain, not the pain.
You see the probabilities. And they make it happen.
Yeah, they don't just wait for it to happen to them or for them. They make it happen.
Well, let's talk about modeling a successful business. Everybody can win. Success leaves clues. That's, of course, Anthony Robbins, or my friend Tony Robbins, right?
You're on a first-name basis now?
Sure. Copying can be a shortcut to success.
The surest way to create a successful business is to model a successful business. One thing I noticed here is that everybody can win. Sometimes people think that because someone else is having a successful business, they can't have one in that market, right? Or if they get successful, then everybody else will be just like toast. But it doesn't work.
It doesn't work. There's multiple people selling courses online. And I mean, there's not just one person. There may be a couple, leaders of the pack, but there's so many people out there in the world that it's not, everybody can win. It's just your choice whether you want to or not. But that's why you model a successful business.
Mm-hmm.
Well, why reinvent? Why reinvent the wheel? I can help others and be profitable with other people's ideas.
An open business is an open book. Yeah, like, don't reinvent stuff, right? It's like, geez, copy, or not copy, but model what other people do, right?
Yeah, model, change it, yeah.
Yeah.
Who was it? Steve Jobs said about that,
he said that if you steal one person's idea, it's plagiarism. If you steal an entire idea, it's
a whole bunch of ideas. You just reinvented it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Lag time. The time it takes for a successful concept to move from one area to another. So for an example, a lot of stuff will start in LA or whatever, Then it may go from LA to New York. And then it could go from New York to a small town like Edmonton. So lag time. So it starts in one place before it comes to another area.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's talk about people. People are people.
Doesn't matter where they live. They're basically the same everywhere.
At all times, someone somewhere is making a fortune with a successful new concept that has not yet reached my
geographic area or my sphere of influence. I mean, geographic area might apply online, might not. It depends on what you're selling. But your sphere of influence can be almost anything.
Yeah,
right?
Anywhere,
Yeah. And the people that you can reach might not be the people that they're reaching.
Let's talk franchise. The entire franchise system is based on creating a system
and a successful model and duplicating it, right?
It's a system and a model, and they just duplicate basically cookie cutter approach.
That's right.
Do one simple thing and duplicate it over and over and over again. Kind of like, of course, the biggest one's McDonald's has done that really well, right?
Yep.
And there are a lot of other franchises,
Oh, yeah. And successful ones, too.
And successful ones, right? Well, let's look at lines and expansion. A good entrepreneur knows how to read between the lines.
Mm-hmm.
They look for expansion. Business seldom expand when they are losing money.
Yeah, why would you do that?
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. Besides, they wouldn't be able to afford it, right?
So one way to do is look for lineups.
Mm-hmm.
And that's true, I mean, a good entrepreneur reads between the lines. Like, what's really happening here? What are they doing? What's different? Right?
What are the people looking for? Where are they lining up? Even online, like where's everybody going to buy
how many
this?
How many people in this Facebook group or whatever? Right?
Yeah.
An expansion. If a business is not making money, they're not gonna be one in business, and they're not gonna be able to expand, right?
Yeah.
Well, you can go to Trade and Consumer Sales. Find a directory of shows and expositions.
Find one that's relevant to the business that you want to start. Number 2, buy a ticket to get in.
Yeah, it's like $20 nowadays to get in, right? Take a business card.
Talk to everyone that is in the same niche as you.
Ask a ton of questions. And here's the easiest one. Just watch and observe.
Look for lineups again.
Yeah.
What are people looking for?
What trade shows people all going to, or consumer show? What booth has the most traffic?
Mm-hmm. Besides the little donuts.
Even the little donuts.
There you go.
How to get info on a physical business? Be like Sherlock Holmes. Talk to the manager or sales rep. Ooh, we could do a stakeout.
When you do a stakeout, pay attention to what's going on in and around the business.
You could hire an ex-manager or as an employee or as a consultant.
Mm-hmm. Work there for a while. You'll learn a lot. This is kind of gross, but it works, eh? Garbage inspection. Garbage never lies. Give you an idea of what products they buy and which ones probably sell the best.
You may want to wear a mask and snow plugs and snow gloves, but it's possible, right?
It is.
How to get info on an online business? Well, check out their social media sites. Sign up to receive their free offers. Study their website, their offers, their sales pages, about pages. Buy one of their low-end products. Can't tell you how many times we've done that, right?
Oh.
And then we'll take sales pages and we'll save them into our Evernote, just so we have them. Well, not to steal, but just so we have the information.
Yeah. And sometimes we might model a good sales page if it works.
Yeah.
But not obviously.
And we've bought a lot of low-end offers. We bought a lot of high-end offers too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's talk about business opportunity mindset. Piggyback.
The entrepreneur always searches for change, responds to it, and exploit it as an opportunity.
Well, let's talk about piggyback. To hitch a ride on someone else's vehicle. There's 2 ways to piggyback. You could become an affiliate, or you could complement it.
Yeah.
So what do you think means by complement, Lorna? What would
you could make something like a course or a product that can be used with that product, so that would complement it, right? Or something that's similar to it that could be used in the same sort of way.
Yeah, a lot of affiliates do that. What they'll do is they'll send you an email and saying, okay, if you buy this through my affiliate link, I'll give you this course and this course and this course, right?
To help you use that product that they're saying you could buy. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
There's some different affiliation methods.
You could be an affiliate marketer,
mm-hmm.
a joint venture. You could be a partner, maybe an agent broker, or you may become a licensee. You could be a supplier, a dealer, or a franchise, or a distributor. So there's a whole bunch of different ways that you can market with people, right?
Yeah.
You got to find what works for you.
And some of these apply more to our online, and some of them apply more to a physical product. It depends, right?
It depends, yes. Well, complement. You could have an online software and how to use it. Weight training.
Also building nutrition. So, for instance, gardening. You can do a product on flower arranging and vegetable preserving. If someone's selling yoga mats, you can make online yoga classes, right?
Right. So those are compliments.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about business operating mindset. Cashing in on trends.
Trends, like horses, are easier to ride in the direction they are going. And some horses have a mind of their own.
Yeah.
Don't fight horses, use them.
Predictable pattern. A trend is a long-term predictable pattern of demand. It's not what happens, it's how you respond to what happens that determines your life.
So if you see a trend, it depends on how you respond to that trend. You can use it, or you can fight it, or you can just ignore it. So it depends, right?
That's
what
right.
You do.
Let's go to the next slide, because I think, a wave was like a trend. Here you're riding the wave.
Everything is good.
Everything is good. And here you're crushed. You're dead. You're in the rocks.
Your shark bait.
Your shark bait. Well, let's look at problems, acute versus chronic.
We'll start with acute problems. Now, the cause of acute problems are generally known. The symptoms are short, 3 to 6 months, and the treatment is a resolution of underlying causes, usually self-limited.
So chronic. Cause is often unknown. The duration is usually long-term, 6 months to a year or years. And resolution is usually pain control, and there is no cure.
When it comes to building a business, you want to base it on an acute problem, one that you can solve for your customer, right?
Right.
A chronic problem obviously says there's no cure, right? So it's really not something you want to base your business on, because it's going to be ongoing and ongoing and ongoing, right. And they'll never find resolution for it, and they'll just won't be very happy.
Yeah. So it's just something to think about. Is it an acute problem or is it a chronic problem?
Yeah.
And you can use that towards your when you create your products.
For instance, too, say you want to buy a house or build a house somewhere that you want to sell, and you're going to buy it near some construction, right? Well, the construction is an acute problem. It's going to go away eventually. And so you can probably buy it maybe at a lesser price, sell it for a higher price later on when it's gone.
Right. So Chernobyl, is that an acute or chronic problem?
Yeah.
Right now, it's a chronic problem.
Right now, it's chronic.
It's years and years before that place is going to get back to,
exactly. And now it's in the middle of the war, too. So it's...
Yeah. Well, let's look at fad versus trend.
Okay, the characteristics. Why do people buy in? The duration and basis for business. A fad, it's generally unknown why people buy into it. It's unexplainable. It's short term, and it's not a basis for business. The popularity is fleeting, and your business success will be fleeting too.
Pet rock.
Yeah, great example.
Great example. A trend.
People usually buy in. It's usually known why people buy into it, right? The duration is long term, and it's a great basis for business.
Let's talk about, we've got some examples, some of the hottest trends today. Aging.
The entire population is aging.
Right? Health and fitness.
Speed, cocooning, working women.
Men don't work, right? So
no, but more and more women are getting into
right.
Yeah. Individualism. Environment. Oh, that's a big one.
Yeah.
Global economy, another big one nowadays.
Information.
Nostalgia. The good old days.
Good old days. Travel.
Yeah. Anything mobile.
Robotics.
You like that kind of stuff.
That's the big. That's more and more happening there.
Mm-hmm.
So let's wrap it up.
Problem solution. Common problem. Somebody is already doing that. Yeah. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
And in fact, if someone is already doing that, it's a good sign that there's a market there.
So the uncommon solution, how can I change that target market? The product, the timing, the place, or packaging, so I, too, can win.
Exactly.
And again?
Your thoughts. 3 killer words.
I know that. Your mind shuts down information.
You don't know it until you know it enough to do it and get the desired results. Otherwise, you really don't know it.
Right. Business foundation, getting you in the game.